Hey everyone, this is Andrea Fallon-Korb with Aspire Performance Coaching, where I help enhance athletic performance and maximize potential through mental toughness training. I help athletes, coaches, and teams take their game to the next level. So today I'm going to be focusing on self-talk. So self-talk is really that narrator that's going on through your head all of the time. So right now you could be thinking about a million different things. You could be thinking about your upcoming competition or, kind of everything that you need to get accomplished today or how cold your feet are. So even though you're paying attention to this video, you could be pulled in a million different directions and there could be a million different thoughts that are going on through your head. So this running commentary is self-talk. So I frequently get asked, what should I be thinking about competition, or how could I use my mental game to my advantage? So I think one of the best things that you can do is to really take advantage of what's going on in your head and take advantage of your self-talk. So a lot of people think about self-talk because it's either, you're telling yourself positive messages or you're telling yourself negative messages. But it's actually much greater than that. There are 5 different categories of self-talk. And so what I want to do is I want to break each one of those categories down and show you how you can use this information to your advantage. All right, so let's break each one of these 5 categories down. Okay, so the first category is self-evaluation. So this is really, kind of thumbs up, thumbs down. How do you think you're doing right now? So are you telling yourself something like, oh, that was a really great shot, awesome shot? Or was it, maybe not the best shot selection? You could be telling yourself something like, am I tired? I'm really tired now. I can't keep going. Or saying something like, what an idiot I am. I'm never gonna win now. So this kind of, again, this category of self-evaluation is kind of, thumbs up, thumbs down. How do you think you're doing? So the second category is like a skill or instructional. So thinking about kind of the fundamentals and the techniques that you've been learning. So how can you improve your skills? So you could tell yourself something like, oh, bend your knees, one swing at a time. Oh, I just need to keep my eyes right here, elbow in. All of those different things are really instructional self-talk, kind of talking yourself, coaching yourself through how you can improve the skills that you're going out there and you're performing. So that's the second category. The third category is confidence. So how do you feel about your abilities? What's going on in your head in relation to that? So are you telling yourself something like, I can do this? Or in contrast, are you saying something like, I'm no good at this, I never play well in the wind? All of those things will drastically impact and influence your confidence. So the fourth category is focus. So really paying attention to where your focus, where your attention should be. So this could encompass things like, don't think about anything right now, just concentrate, or telling yourself really specific cues of, steady, strong, soft over the rim. So again, this is really about where you should be placing your focus and your attention. And the fifth and final category is arousal. So, are you too relaxed and you need to pump yourself up? Or are you feeling too anxious and you need to calm yourself down? So this type of self-talk would really look like, saying something like, oh, calm down, take a deep breath. If you're experiencing anxiety and you need to relax. But in contrast, if you need to kind of pump yourself up, you can say something like, yeah, come on, let's go, we can do this. That would absolutely help to increase your arousal. So those are the 5 kind of categories. So now what I want to do is I want to tell you a personal example to show you how you can really use these 5 categories and this information to your advantage. So over this past summer, I started running, and I will be absolutely honest, I'm not a fan of running. I really don't like it. I'd much rather chase a ball and run after that, so I don't realize that I'm working out. But I knew that running would be good for me for a variety of reasons. So even though I was pretty badly out of shape and I knew I wouldn't really like it, I started. But I started very slowly with a run walk. So at first it was pretty easy because I was primarily walking and doing a little bit of jogging. But as I started to increase the amount of time that I ran and decrease my walking, I really struggled. I thought about how much I hated running, how jarring it felt on my body, how much it hurt my knees, and so on. And realizing that this wasn't productive, it wasn't helping me go out there and run and would likely lead me to quit, I knew that I needed to shift my thinking. So here are actually two examples of things that I did. So I used that instructional category, and instead of thinking about how much my legs hurt and the pain that I was feeling, I really focused on, kind of pumping my arms and making sure kind of my elbows went past kind of the core of my body. And in doing that, I actually found that I was taking longer strides. And while it was still tough, I wasn't feeling the same level of pain that I previously was feeling. So instead of really focusing on the pain and that kind of thing, I used that instructional category of some type of skill that I could do and shift my attention there. And that really actually helped with my performance. So second example was that, my lungs were definitely burning. I was very, very out of shape. And so instead of putting my focus on kind of the burning sensation in my lungs, I used the focus category. And instead of thinking about kind of the specific mechanics, like I just explained kind of in that pumping my arms example, or the pain in my chest, I instead thought about kind of the why I was going out there running, and kind of the positive benefits that I received, after an hour after I ran and the next day, I really felt good about myself. And so I put my focus there instead of the actual pain that I was feeling. And again, that allowed me to continue on and definitely had a great impact and influence on my performance. So this is just one example of how the knowledge of these 5 categories can really help your performance if you find that your self-talk isn't kind of to your benefit. So if you want to continue to learn more about this, I would invite you to visit my website, aspireperformancecoaching.com/blog, where you will actually see an infographic, a video recap of what I would have explained here today. And if you're interested in really connecting this to you, you could actually also download a worksheet. And so in a few minutes, you can identify the self-talk that is hurting your performance and how to use the 5 categories of self-talk to really improve your thoughts and your focus. So this is Andrea Fallon-Core with Aspire Performance Coaching. If you train your mind, your body will follow.